the shot for B because somebody got sick somewhere else. And I said, no, thank you. And they stuck me in the juice bar, and then they threw me out because I was too close because I didn't get the shot. Then they threw me in bulk, which was great because I'm a macrobiotic chef. I had autism mothers in there crying and say, how do I take care of my kid? I went, that's easy. Get some quinoa, get this, because that's what I did in macro. And they came back and said, how'd you know that? I went, I don't know. At that time I was in...
Information comes when you need it.
Christian Science says it's never vaccinated. I've never vaccinated.
Yeah.
I had to go to principal's office every year to get a
So
exemption.
these guys, I recommend.
Every year.
That's
It's
a
just
fabulous catalog.
don't we? If we're raw vegans, don't we eat all this stuff? We got to grow it. We have to stop only being. We have to be participants. We got to get off the bleachers and into the field and start playing ball and grow everywhere. I don't. I was just telling some Mexicans, and they were looking at broccoli sprouts, and I'm so glad they start coming to the farmers market. Well, broccoli sprouts, they make cancer cells explode because of the sulforaphane is so powerful. The other thing I learned after years of cabbage, that somebody said, garlic, wait 10 minutes, then come back because the oxygen activates it. It's the same for the brassicas. I didn't realize that. I mean, you chop it up and you leave it sit for a while.
Same thing with garlic.
Yeah, that was garlic that I just
Garlic
chopped.
and onion.
Pay attention, Jay.
Got to work on my Marcel.
Okay.
No, I live in a dep house, so I'm learning. It's called gesturing, but I just after what happened in the last couple of days with Urban Farmer and seeing Greg and seeing Don, and I parachuted into Don's world. I'm going to go represent his permaculture thing at the tree sale.
Nice.
So I'm 71, diving in deep, and I ain't got no scuba gear. I'm just going to do it, and I really need your help because, as I used to tell my shiatsu, I helped run a shiatsu school back in Pennsylvania, and I lived down the street. And I had the keys, so they said, "Hey, can you help, let us practice?" So they did a practice class, and they'd say, "What is that thing about the liver that Leo was talking about this morning?" I went, "Yeah, it's a lot of information. I'm not too sure. Let's do it." And then I figured it out right in front of them because I wasn't sure. And they went, "Dude, thanks a lot." I said, No. I just learned 20 ways how to communicate that. I'm the student here. So I'm very grateful that Tom and Marianne allowed me to come again because I didn't know, nobody gave me a report card. He just said I kind of did okay. But I'm just super passionate about the gifts of life in the natural healing, and I got it. I'm almost there. It was 1979. I was in the theater. I was in a show named Godspell. We were like off Broadway,
Cool.
90 miles
Cool.
on the Delaware River. All those pictures from Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
So my mom was sick, and then she was in the ER, and then she died. And then I had already been playing with natural foods, and I went, man, nobody was listening to me, and I'm reading Back to Eden, right? Back to Eden.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my first book.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's the classic herb. It's the guy that says don't use aluminum in the 1931, something like that.
You have a copy.
And
So-
I have
Casey.
that book in my library. I do.
Yeah. So I was almost there, but then I just said to God, "What do I do?" And He just said, "Well, pursue natural healing. I mean, whatever work I was doing, but my application on my passion was spreading the news about food."
You ever been to Temple Beautiful? Stephen and Ellen Haas, Temple Beautiful, Philadelphia. That's my mom's.
What? Who is it?
Temple Beautiful. It's called in Germantown.
No, it's been such a.
It's a
long
raw
time.
food cafe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Downtown
I
Philly.
thought you said Elson Haas. There's a book
Yeah.
that's very good about understanding the seasons, called
Oh.
Staying Healthy with the Seasons.
Uh-huh.
Elson Haas. Did
I thought I
anybody
did. Oh, no,
read
wait.
that book back in the day? Maybe you
Different
did.
person.
Did you remember Staying Healthy with the Seasons by Elson Haas.
Yeah,
It's-
I've read that.
Yeah.
Stephen
yeah.
and
So
Ellen
that was the best American English interpretation of what macrobiotics are.
Yeah. She was a student of.
But
Yeah.
the
Hippocrates.
and macrobiotics says eat local, because then back to Tesla, the food you have in the season you are, your cells will vibrate with that. You will, and then you'll be more one with nature. And then, all this affects us. But if you eat nature, you're in nature, you pray in nature, you open up your heart, and and then you have no other choice but being a really human. I said that with tongue in cheek because the Lenni Lenape people from my land, when you interpret it in English, they call themselves the human. And that's where William Penn went and made a deal with that everybody can have their own religion, including the native people. But that's what we're trying to be human again. They're trying to stick this thing in there, this thing. If we just keep honoring our grandparents that came here, that's really important. And the more you can hang around native people, I just got offered from the White Mountain Apache. It's quite a story, but I ended up there on their harvest day. I met everybody, and they said, "Do you know anybody that can help us grow more vegetables? Because we have 600 families we feed
Wow.
from the farm, and the tribe, which gets continually, buys it and then gives it." She says,